All right. Real talk, real talk. Coming back with this part three. And y'all saw the last video. I got distracted by Orange Flavor. So I'm gonna come back in this video and redo this part three. As a matter of fact, let me cut this phone off. And his comment really was leading into my part three video because I was talking about all these diseases that's out. And on a serious note, it's a lot of people creeping, going outside of their marriage, and a lot of people coming back giving their wives some, giving their husbands some. Somebody that came back home with AIDS. And you got men getting AIDS from other men. You got a lot of wicked stuff, crazy stuff going on. And that's why I was saying in that video, I know a lot of people might, look at that video and be like, I don't agree with what JT saying or whatever, but if you can find true love and you are married, man, that's why I say I know what goes on in your bedroom is your business. I'm not on this camera to try to get off into folks' business. I was just spreading a little knowledge, spreading a little word, because what you won't do, somebody else will do. And you got people going out and people dying right now. There's so many diseases out right now. People can't even, count how many diseases that's really and truly out now. And that's why I love Orange Flavors coming, because you got men and women sitting up with each other that really want to express how they feel, but they won't. But they'll go out and get somebody else, that's way freakier than what their wife would do or what their husband would do, and they fall in love with it, which brings me to what Sister Lisa was saying in her comment about do what you do and like it. See, I don't want you sucking on me and you got an attitude about it. See, somebody understand that later on. Or you got a problem with this, you got a problem with that, you don't like doing it, then hey, what you getting mad? What you sucking on me with an attitude for? See, you should want to do something and enjoy it. And if you don't want to do it and you don't enjoy it, what's the use of doing it? See, you can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody really satisfy you, because if they doing it, it's like giving in church. You can't make somebody give from their heart if you sitting up begging the hell out of them and telling them how much money they can put in. You can't make nobody love you. Somebody should want to love you. And you got people right now sitting up with each other that don't love each other. And they falling in love. Let me say it the right way. They falling in lust. They love the lust because they can don't go home to their wife, but they can go to this woman. They shorty on the side, and she gonna do everything that the wife don't do. Or this husband gonna go out over her, or this woman gonna go get this man because this man is doing what her husband is not doing. And like Mitty Man was saying, and I love y'all feedback on these comments, man. Like Mitty Man was saying about when you are married, that God ordained that, and that's a beautiful thing. He was talking about how sex in the comment is a beautiful thing, and it's by God, and it's okay, it's beautiful. But we the ones take it and abuse it. And I feel you, Sister Lisa. Fellas, I know some of y'all looking at this video. How many of y'all done had a woman go down on you with attitude, mess around and bite your stuff? You be ready to fight then. See, it's a lot of things that's going on that's just crazy. Let's just be real. And you got people really wanting to be satisfied, and they can't be satisfied. But Orange Flavor, like you were saying in your comment, it brought me back to my old video when I was talking about this woman that got AIDS, man, and she got it from her husband, which was on the down low, and she's fighting for her life. That's why I say you got men going after men nowadays. Don't tell me sex ain't powerful. Don't tell me it's not. Don't tell me you ain't fighting with your flesh, because it ain't a man that I know now. It's just me. It ain't a man that I know personally that's not walking around fighting with his flesh. And I'm talking about married men and men that's not married. So, like I said in another video, what you won't do, somebody else will. And they will do it and love it. Just because you don't like all sex, that don't mean the next man don't like it. Just because you don't want to go down on that man, that next woman gonna love to go down on him and do it, and do it and love doing it. Like Sister Lisa was saying, don't sit up and do something with an attitude. See, when you are feeling each other, truly in love with each other, it should be love in it. It ain't somebody. I heard an older man tell me the other day. It ain't no love, man. It's all sex. Ain't no feelings. I said that's your belief. Because let me tell you something. When you truly love somebody, when your feelings is tied up in it, it's more than just sex. It goes deeper than sex. Then you want to hold each other. You want to feel each other. You want to have that comfort toward each other. You in love. And that actually makes your sex go stronger when you are fitting somebody. It ain't just, I'm just finna see how many times I can hit up from the back. Like I told my brother outside the other day, I can find a hoe anywhere. If I want to be a hoe, I can be hoeing 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. But I don't need a hoe. See, we all, fellas, whether we want to believe it or not, we really do need our helpmeet. We need our wife, but like I said, ain't no helpmeet nowadays. Now it's help me. What you gonna do for me? How much money you making? What kind of car you driving? How tall are you? How big is your shoes? I can tell off the way your shoes is what size your. Well, y'all know the rest of that, women. Y'all ain't gonna say amen on that, but some of y'all will. It's a lot of people going after the wrong things, man. There's somebody right now sitting up waiting on a fairy tale. They looking for a true miracle to happen out of nowhere. He gotta have all his teeth. He need to be 6'6". He need to be making $100,000 a year. He need to be having at least 4 cars. He need to be able to take care of me and all 5 of my kids, even though I ain't got no job myself. Some of these women need to just be for real, and some of these men need to just be for real. My boy was telling me yesterday, Reverend Robinson, was talking about how in his day, he's about 61. He was telling me back in his day how men stood as men and how men was really providing for the family and how they took care and how his daddy didn't want his wife to work, how his daddy did everything and told his wife, just help me raise these kids. He said, but nowadays you got the men, got the women taking care of the men. And he ain't lying. He was talking about that and he talked about it for a while. And I couldn't do nothing but agree because men have failed so hard. But men ain't the only one that have failed. You got some parents that are, some women, some mothers that have walked out on their children. That's why my heart always goes out to these single parents, man. I know single male parents as well as single women, you know, parents, mothers. And God is still in the blessing business. He's right there all along. And, you know, we want to do what we want to do and keep getting into more and more trouble. And like I say, this is just a real talk video, Orange Flavor. And I love y'all comments. Rock was saying, smack it up, flip it, turn it, lick it, stick it. You got to lick it before you stick it. See, these are real folks. And it bothers me when you get all these folks that's so religious now. Oh, I'm so religious now, I can't suck you no more. I'm so religious now, I can't dance on the dance floor with you no more. I'm so religious and hold it down. I don't want to listen to no Luther Vandross. Well, damn it, you gonna lose your marriage one way or the other that way. See, I don't want to marry nobody like that. I want my wife to be the same as we was when we met. If you love listening to R&B music, please keep that love when we get married. If you love dancing and drinking your wine or your whatever, please keep that when we get married, because guarantee you, we're going to need all of that. I can't listen to that gospel music all day. I'm like you, man. It would drive me crazy to listen to that gospel music all day and all night. And think about this, that we got a God that we serve so awesome that he blessed us with all of this. To have pleasure, to have fun, to have a free mind, to have free will. We serve a God that loves us so much in spite of how bad we was. Look at Israel, how they turned on God so much. But in spite of, he still went after his chosen and still give them that covenant. We can say spiritual Israel also, that I love y'all so much that I'm still going to allow you to be in the kingdom. If you believe, if you have the faith, if you trust me, if you live for me, if you repent and turn from your wicked ways, I'm going to even give you a mansion. Come on, who wouldn't want to serve a God like that? But most people want to serve Satan. See, I know that I'm not perfect. And I don't walk around acting like I'm perfect. When I'm on camera, I don't try to act perfect. I don't try to act holding it down. I don't try to act religious. That's not me. I have to be who God tells me to be. God didn't tell me to act all religious. God didn't tell me I'm so holding it down that I can't hear this man cussing when he's knocking on my door. See, that's for the other folks. I tell y'all, I'm not in the religious category. I'm in the relationship category. I am in the true faith, the true church. One faith, one Lord. Now, you can try to get through the Lord, get to the Lord another kind of way. I'm going to see how far you're going to make it. So we just keeping it real, people. One of my boys yesterday told me, man, I wish you would pastor my church. And I said, you know what? I would probably have 5 members in there. And my girl Lisa was telling me that in one or some comment or something she told me, she said, yeah, because you would run the religious folks off. And you know what, sister, I love that when you said that. But you know what? It's not that I try to run religious people off, because religious people are running the sinners away. One guy got mad at my old video. He said, all you do is talk bad about how Christians are. And I said, no, you don't look at my videos close enough because you don't know me. You don't know how I encourage folks. See, I'm like Paul. Let me say this again in this video. When you look at Paul, who was Paul addressing in most of his letters? The church. And when I stand on like what Paul stand on, things like sexual immorality, fighting with your flesh, most religious folks don't want to hear it. You know why? Because they fighting with their flesh. So when I stand on those topics, yeah, people going to say, he's talking bad about the church. Now, the church shows a great enough example on how what not to be, but not all churches. All you got to do is walk in some of them. Go to some of these neighborhoods. Go to the ones where it's 6 or 7 on one street and see if call JT a lie. Tell me you can't walk in there and see homosexuals on the organ. Tell me you can't walk in there and see people not being delivered. You see people in leadership position that ain't got no business. Tell me you don't see some of these preachers begging for money. I'm talking about what's the real deal truth. And if you don't like it, hey, the hell with it. I can't get mad at your feelings and what you don't like. I'm not on here to make you feel good and tell you all these feel good sermons. We got enough people doing that. I'm on here to tell the real deal and get out of the way. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of the way. Peace.